takes being Jewish seriously.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's from
I'm
the
not
flip
saying
side.
that that's how it should be. I'm saying that's how it is. They're like some things, just like if you dress in a sloppy way, people won't take what you have to say seriously, generally speaking.
Okay.
So they're like certain visual cues that are almost impossible to overcome. Like, I'm going to talk later about this actress who did some softcore movies, and then no one ever took her seriously as an actress. So they're like things that you can do, visual cues that are virtually impossible to overcome.
Yeah, like your website.
Like my website.
And in my case, my association to you.
Exactly.
Okay. So
have you lost any friends, or have people given you, how much service have you received for being associated with me?
No one like comes up to me and says, "Hey," but I've noticed a huge drop off in terms of how many people from my people are viewing our show anymore. But that could be because of me as well. But
what about people saying, "Hey, you should not hang out with that guy"?
Nobody. I wouldn't have friends like that to begin with. My friends wouldn't do that.
Right.
My friends aren't that way. My friends aren't the ones jumping into like the chat room and trashing you. You never see that. My friends are cool people, and if they have a problem with you or something, they keep it to themselves. There's been a couple of people like on my Facebook wall who've criticized you.
No, but I'm not.
Nobody. But I'm saying like nobody's gonna say, "Hey, why are you friends with this guy?" They'll like bend over backwards to try to explain why I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like more like apologetic.
Have you received a visitation like from Victor Miller in your sleep?
No, I usually get visited by
a younger Farrah Fawcett. The younger Jacqueline Smith. The younger Cheryl Teagues. Who would you rather get a nightly visitation from? A young Jacqueline Smith, young Farrah Fawcett, young Cheryl Teagues, or in his prime Rabbi Victor Miller? Like in your dreams, like come into your dreams and talk to you.
Probably a Victor Miller, right? Because
the others would just cause a sin.
Well, I was never into Jacqueline Smith or Cheryl Teague, so those are easy.
Really?
No, I never liked them. But Farrah, I had a huge crush.
Yeah.
Me and her were married at one point. If she came and talked to me, I think that would be like weird. But like if she came and she wanted to consummate the marriage again, then we have something. That I might put over a visit from the Rob.
Did it tear you up inside when she died of anal cancer?
She did not die of anal cancer.
Yes, she did.
She died of ovarian cancer.
Oh, she also had it in the anus.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I was reading about it in I think it was the New York Times today. They talked about kind of the battle. She was doing a documentary. She was going to do it like a survivor's tale from cancer, but whoops, it turned out to be a snuff film. And so she's like chronicling her final days, and so there was this big fight between various producers about how to shoot and direct and how to make.
That's really sad.
Her son got a release from prison, so he came in his prison garb and
he was in prison.
Yeah, he was for selling drugs. So he came in, with his prison garb and laid on the bed with her when she was in her final moments.
So sad. All right, so how did we drift into this thing? We were talking about because your beard gives it an air of legitimacy, and so I say, keep that beard going, Levi, right? And the women that are repelled by it, those aren't the women you want anyway.
Exactly.
We need
lead me into sin.
We need a woman who says, that's a guy who's holy, who showing up. But I say it's true because in our neighborhood, there's a lot of people who don't have beards at all. I mean, they do the Norelco thing,
and they resent my beard. A lot of them say to me, "Oh, that's not required by halacha."
Okay. But you said some people will look at you and they say, "Oh, he's legit," in their mind. I don't necessarily look at somebody with a beard and I say he's legit, but I do. My eyes pop out when I see a guy who goes the distance to get the shaver out every day and shave himself. I don't want a mitzvah. Every morning God gives him a mitzvah. Says, "Here's a beard. I don't want it. Here's a beard. I don't want it. Here's a beard. I don't want it." I mean, this goes on every day of their life. This unending fight between this guy with the tuchus face, with this goyish face, who doesn't want a beard, and God keeps giving him the mitzvah, and he says, I don't want the mitzvah. That guy, I have a question on, right? When I see a guy who's clean shaven, right, and he's like supposed to be this Baal Yerushalayim, I can't help it. It's like one of the first things that comes. I mean, I wouldn't buy a Sefer Torah mezuzah that was written by a guy who shaves every day. I feel he doesn't have the proper Yerushalayim. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? You know, it's like, I don't like to judge other people, but why are you taking that effort every day of your life to remove a mitzvah from yourself? You know, I can understand, like, you know, you don't want to put on tzitzis every day because it's a hassle. You have to put it on. But it's not like you have to do anything for a beard. You just sit there and don't do anything. You get a mitzvah.
Like, I get an extra 2 minutes every day because I don't have to do anything.
Right. So, you know, I have no question. That does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't say, hey, Levi's legit, but I do.
Right. And you know me. I have that disadvantage.
Well, there's that. Yeah, it's when you start opening your mouth that the show's over. You know, it's like, but if you just shut up and just sat there looking from, you know, you could pull it off.
Exactly.
You need your sunglasses on, by the way.
I think I'm going half and half tonight.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to... Did I even attempt to answer Henry's question? What?
So you got down to the payas and the beards. So what's the Jewish dress code?
Okay, on the way down, you should wear what's called the tallest cotton, a tzitzis, with the 4 corners, right? Every Jew should wear this. And then, like, the rest of it is, like... It's kind of like... There's no written rule.
It's cultural optional.
Right, and we basically follow communities, right? Mm-hmm. It's like some communities wear the black hat, and some communities wear, you know, black all the way down, and white shirts, and some just, you know, hang out with T-shirts that say...
Big Packer.
You know, I was going to say, like, you know, Dream Theater or something, you know, across the top. And tennis shoes or whatever. And that's basically like the more modern Orthodox type look, right? Yeah. So my nephew, I'm going to say both nephews, that's how they go. They go in a more modern Orthodox thing. And you're going to say, well, are their parents modern Orthodox? And the truth is that I don't really think they follow their parents on this. I think this is something they've cultivated on their own. But my nephew's watching this, so I'll let him argue back. But I think it's something that they've chosen to do on their own, is adopt more of the modern look, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's it. But you notice that, you know, the yarmulke's there and everything, but it basically comes down to what I wear, what I go with, like this whole look, and what Levi's looking like. It's called traditional Jewish look, right? A Jew has always looked traditionally with a beard, you know, with payas, with black, wearing black. Look at Levi with the model. Get it for a second. Model yourself.
I can't be bothered.
Oh, you can't get out of a chair?
No.
I thought the Alexander teaches about getting in and out of chairs.
He does, but I've got a black suit.
Okay, he's got the black suit and the whole thing, and that's the traditional Jewish look, if you will, right? And that's how we always looked for centuries. Is always very much like that. The whole thing with like the T-shirt and everything is like it's a modern American way of going, you know. So like I go with the traditional look, and I'm going to say my nephews are more non-traditional, and I can let them answer for themselves, you know, why they go that way. From everyday life to being in the synagogue, I'm not going to dress any different between everyday life and the synagogue. I don't see what I have to do. Like me and Levi, we're ready to go to shul right now. It's like we live in the shul, you know. I think my nephews are going to put on a suit and look more like this when they go to shul. I'm pretty sure, but at least for Shabbos, I know for Shabbos for sure, they put on the whole suit, and I think even a tie. Do you do the tie? You don't do the tie thing.
No, I mean, I thought the Jewish way is the man shouldn't wear anything extraneous. And so there are like different opinions on whether a tie is extraneous.
I look at a tie as a non-Jewish item of clothing.
Yeah.
So I never wear a tie.
Yeah, I never wear a tie.
I never wear a tie.
That's goyish.
But I see that a lot of people go to shul in this neighborhood wearing a tie.